All-Star.
For skipping media availability over the course of the series, LeBron finally fired back on some trash talk with the help of a mystical freestyle forest with a grizzly bear. Help the bear. Don't take that literally if you ever stumble upon LeBron in the forest. Also added some Jay-Z lyrics from 2006's Kingdom Come album, referencing him being a legend, him being a grown man, and also having grown pants. Here's Dillon Brooks from the season-ending press conference, which he did attend.
Do you regret making those comments after Game 2?
No. That's who I am. I don't regret it. I'm a competitor. I compete. I don't think it got LeBron geeked up. Is he back in the playoffs? It's been a little while, so I think, he was ready to play.
So, Brew, I've got a concern, in all seriousness, about Dillon Brooks. I'm not joking. You guys both smiling like, well, sometimes I'm not joking. I think this might be a Nick Anderson moment for him.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Because I do not think he's going to be on the Grizzlies next year. And this was a guy who, in the 2021 playoffs, was 26 a game on 50, 40, 80 splits. In these playoffs, he was 31 from the field, 24 from 3, and his team quit, and he quit, and they're going to move on from him, I believe. And I wonder if this was, we look back on Nick Anderson's career. People don't know what I'm talking about. In the NBA Finals in '95, Nick Anderson missed 4 straight free throws to win Game 1, to ice Game 1. They end up losing and they get swept. And a guy who'd been a good free throw shooter his whole career, then couldn't make free throws after that, got in his head. I think this could break Dillon Brooks. I honestly do.
That's interesting. I hope not, because you hated to see it with Nick. I hate to see that with any player.
Anybody.
Even though he should regret what he did, because, and you bring up something good, Nick. One of the reasons he should regret it is because he didn't get in LeBron's head, obviously. He got in his own head.
Yeah.
He got in his own head. Like you said, Dillon Brooks was a pretty good player. I mean, he's averaged about 17 points a game over the last 4 or 5 years. 4 years. You said it, 25 points a game in the playoffs at one point, 16 the following season. And this was not only the lowest scoring series of his playoff career, 10 points a game, the worst shooting, as you said, and he was getting open looks, wide open looks. So he should regret it. Look, he said he pokes bears. If I go out into the woods and I poke a bear and he eats me, shouldn't I regret it?
Well,
yeah, I should regret poking him. Then you should regret poking LeBron. Regret what you said.
Can I
Stop being regret. That's who I am.
Bring both these
You're dinner now for a bear is what you were.
I didn't know it was an evening meal. Here's what Ja said about, because Ja came back after he went away. I'm not trash talking. He says, that was more for me, but if I do it, the team probably won't do it either. I feel like that's a good thing for us. So this is the issue I had with Memphis, and you touched upon it earlier in this series. When Ja left, the identity of that team, when he came back, changed. And it felt like no one told Dillon Brooks. Like, oh, we're not talking trash anymore? Ja didn't say anything. So now Ja is kind of like, now let's call him a more mature leader. Dillon Brooks out here is calling people old and poking bears. So you can either talk trash or not, but you have to make a decision.
Desmond Bane, remember I said, I don't want to hear that. He said, we'll be back for Game 7.
And he said, I want to see if Rui does it again. That's probably the best game of his career. This is an immature team.
Well, then John needs to tell everybody, hey, we're not talking trash anymore.
I think that'll be
he's not the right messenger
in training camp. Training camp, that'll be. They can start over in September in training camp.
Here's the deal. Here's the thing. I actually disagree. I think Ja needs to talk. I think Ja needs to dance. I think Ja needs to play with that swagger that he has.
And I think he will.
The off-court stuff is separate. You can have all that on the court and not do the off-court nonsense that reportedly he was getting into. Those are separate things. That is who he is. He tried repeatedly in this series to literally leap over LeBron James. That's who he is. That is real confidence. That is real athletic arrogance in a good way. Dillon Brooks was fake. That was the vintage insecurity being masked as I'm not afraid of anybody. And what he dealt with, and this is where I do feel badly for him, is that all of a sudden he had 35 million people dislike. Is LeBron James one of the most popular athletes in the world? Is he? And he all of a sudden became the public enemy of all the LeBron folks out there, and he crumbled under it.
If he didn't know that was coming, then where in the world has he been? All right, and let me interest you guys in my theory.
Oh,
when LeBron went before Game 3 and got in his face, was talking, I think that LeBron was reciting to him the Jay-Z lyric that he just posted.
Oh.
If you look at it, LeBron's looking down, and then he's kind of like he looks like he's rhyming, like he's rapping. I think that's what it was, because Brooks was just like, I think that's what he did. Okay, that's just my theory.
That's what Brew. That's literally exactly what Brew did to me after I made fun of him for the last time about his Nets pick last year. Did this whole old man LeBron thing, the Jay-Z thing.
And to 40 points, he got 40 points. In fact, the whole team did. Grizzlies lose by 40. LeBron finishes with 22. AD stands for always dominant.
Oh,
16
really?
points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. Nick, are you surprised the Lakers demolished like this?
Oh, you expected 40.
No, I'm not. I was never worried they were going to lose this series.
40?
I was never worried they were going to lose Game 6 at home. And we do this. We do.
I don't know, because
Really?
Thursday I thought you were a little worried.
No, I thought. Absolutely not. I said they had to win Game 6. What I said was, if they were to lose Game 6, I think they'd be in real trouble.
Okay, that leaves the room for you were worried.
They were never going to lose Game 6. Brew, I'm not letting you turn this around on me. We've done 2 games this show so far, 2 series, I should say. One you were on the wrong side of, one I was on the wrong side of, yet I don't have the histrionics of beams and sunglasses and everything. I do believe you picked the Grizzlies consistently.
Oh, okay.
I offered you olive branch after olive branch,
but
and they got blown. Oh, tepid.
It was tepid. I was tepid. I was like, it can go either way. I'm tepid. You were like, on the beam.
Sir. And here's the thing. Why would I be surprised when the Lakers, despite dealing with injury, have been the best team in basketball for months? Can we show it to you?
Yeah, here we go.
Since the All-Star break. Oh, what do those top 2 teams have in common?
4 bucks.
You feeling real confident?
They're injured. The bylaws, your top star's out with injury. What are you going to do? But 21-9 since the All-Star break, and LeBron missed a chunk of those games. And the key to, I don't even remember what day it was, Friday's game? Friday's game is what it was. And what will be the key on the Lakers' run to the finals is what Anthony Davis did on the defensive end. Brew, this is, you didn't have, and we don't have to do an Akeem retrospective. Akeem was just on the outside looking in of your top 11. It was at that vintage dominant Akeem Olajuwon, what we saw from Anthony Davis the whole series. And for people that didn't watch, that is the greatest defensive player